Now we'll practice a sequence to stretch the arms. So come to stand very close to the wall and have the right side of your body pretty much against the wall, with the right arm reaching up the wall with a very open hand. And make sure that you're standing in a very firm and clear mountain pose with the rest of your body, so that you're not wiggling or squirming or reaching your hips in any funny direction. So stand firm here in mountain pose with the arm up the wall. And then reach the arm over to 1 o'clock and reach your arm even further up the wall. And you can use your left fingertips on the wall somewhere to help support you. And just enjoy that stretch with the arm there at 1 o'clock. And think of using the left hand to help you turn your trunk a little bit to the left as you keep reaching your arm to the right, and press your hand and arm into the wall a little. And then take your arm over to 2 o'clock, shifting it a little bit, and enjoy the stretch there. Again, using the left hand to turn the body just gently to the left to increase the stretch through the arm. And then move the right arm again, coming more towards 3 o'clock now. Keep extending through that right elbow. Extend through the fingers. Press your right arm and the right handprint into the wall. Make your right arm longer. And then use the left fingertips to help you turn the rib cage gently to the left, staying nice and tall and long and energized through your whole body, so that you're staying in a kind of mountain pose. And then move your right arm down to 4 o'clock. And notice how the arm moves in these different positions. You can stretch different fascial lines. You can stretch different muscle fibers. And continue to move the right arm down a little further, more towards 5 o'clock. Strong in the legs, tall in the spine. And then swing the arm all the way down to 6 o'clock. So you keep the hand flat on the wall the whole time. And then over to 7 o'clock. This is a very strange way to rotate the arm. Just enjoy that stretch there. And then release the arm from the wall and stand tall. And then turn around for the other side. So stand with the left side of your body very close to the wall and reach your left arm up. Reach it far up. Spread the hand. Become very centered over your legs. Lift it in the low belly, lifting through the spine. And then move your arm back to 11 o'clock. Extending through the elbow. Give some energy to that left arm, lengthening it out, lengthening through the fingertips. And use your right fingertips to help you turn your rib cage a little bit to the right, increasing the stretch. And then move your left arm down to 10 o'clock. Still reaching up on that diagonal through a very extended elbow. Using the right hand on the wall for support. Gently turning the rib cage to the right to deepen the stretch in the inner left arm. Pelvis and spine right over the arches. And then move your left arm down, coming towards 9 o'clock now. Really reach your arm back, lengthen it out, spread the hand and fingers, and press the hand and the arm into the wall. Right fingertips pressing into the wall so you can turn the body a little bit to the right. long in the left arm, fully extended elbow. And then take your arm a little further down now, coming towards 8 o'clock. Turning the rib cage a little to the right, reaching long through the left arm, standing tall. And coming down now to 7 o'clock. And then swing your arm all the way down to 6 o'clock and over to 5 o'clock. Palms still flat on the wall. And keep going. And then release and step away from the wall. Now we'll practice downward facing dog with a chair at the wall. So place the back of your chair against the wall. Place your hands down on the front edge of the seat of the chair and then walk your feet back into a down dog position. And we want to avoid a curled spine and a tucked pelvis. So instead, bend your knees, lift your buttocks way up high, pull the buttocks back. Be long in your armpits, active in your arms, and release the head down. Now make your legs taller. Lift the thigh bones up into the hip sockets. Lift the buttocks and lengthen the backs of your legs. Keep your knees bent because that will help you keep the buttocks lifting. Pull the inner thighs back. Pull the outer hips back. Lift the hamstrings up to the buttock bones. Stretch open the backs of the legs, keeping the buttocks lifted. Pull the pelvis away from the press of the hands. And then lean forward into your hands and step one foot forward and then step the other foot forward. Now we'll do what I call a chest stretch with a strap, which is also a great shoulder opener. So hold on to the strap behind your back with your palms facing forward and take your hands quite wide. Have your feet and legs organized nicely underneath you. And stretch through the arms and reach the strap way back behind you. Get taller through the sides of your waist. Lift up through the side ribs and let your shoulders reach back as the arms reach back as you keep tension on the strap. Press the feet down and draw up through the legs all the way up to the lungs. Lift from under the collarbones so the anterior spine is very long. And keep reaching the arms back and start to reach the arms more and more up. So eventually the strap will come right up overhead. And once the strap comes up overhead, then start to extend and reach the strap back again, reaching the arms long behind you. Be very active and extended in your limbs here. See if you can create an internal lift in the spine from bottom to top. Keep reaching the arms back and then all the way down. And you can bring your hands a little closer together on the strap for the next time around if you want to make it a deeper stretch. And start to reach the arms back behind you, keeping tension on the strap, staying tall through the body. Shoulders back and down as the arms go up. Shoulder blades slide down as the arms reach back and up. Stay relaxed in the neck and the jaw and the face here. Lift and relax and open the back of the throat. Take the strap all the way overhead and then start to reach the strap, the arms, back and down slowly. Even as the arms come down, stay tall in the side ribs. And then release. We'll practice a version of Tadasana with a strap. So take the strap in your hands behind your back with palms facing forward. Bend your knees, parallel legs and feet, and roll your shoulders back and down. And then straighten the legs and straighten the arms as you slide the shoulder blades down your back and lengthen the spine from bottom to top. Get long in your trunk here, long in your side ribs, and feel the whole rib cage lifting up as you slide the shoulder blades down your back. So you can feel how those shoulder blades are in a separate layer from your rib cage. And let the heads of the humerus bones go back and down. Pull the arms down and roll your palms open, keeping tension in the strap. And then exhale and release. Now we'll practice Uttanasana. Start in Tadasana, feet together. And then interlace your hands behind your back for this variation of Uttanasana. Shoulders rolling back, side ribs lifting, and then hinge at the hips to fold forward into the forward bend, taking the arms up and overhead. You can practice squeezing the shoulder blades together here. You can squeeze the heels of the hands together. Let your head release down. Think of pulling the hands away from your shoulder blades. Be long in the belly here, strong in the legs. And then lead with your knuckles going back as you inhale and come all the way up. And then switch the interlace of the fingers and roll your shoulders back again and hinge forward at the hips to fold, taking the arms up and overhead again. Relax and release your head. Draw up through the musculature of the legs. Pull the arms away from the spine. Long extended elbows. Let your head be heavy. Let your spine be long. Let your abdomen be long. Breathing here as you enjoy Uttanasana. And then inhale and come on all the way up, leading with the arms. Start on hands and knees here and then lower all the way down onto your belly for some belly down arm stretching. Also great for shoulder opening. Reach your arm up on the diagonal, so higher than shoulder height. And start to turn so that you're laying down on the right side of your body and swing your leg back and across behind you. So take a look here if you're confused at all. Using the left fingertips for support. So this should be a nice opening through the front of the right shoulder and through the right arm. Keep an extended right arm. Spread your hand, spread the fingers, and press your right forearm and hand down into the floor. This is also a nice twist. Stay long through your belly. Let that left foot find the floor somewhere back there behind you. Smooth breathing here. Let gravity do the work here. Relax and release. And then come halfway out of the pose, just enough so you can change the position of your right arm. Now reach your right arm directly out to the right so it's at the height of the shoulder. Reach the arm even more to the right, tiptoeing those fingers to the right. And then come back into the pose, coming onto the right side of your body, swinging the left leg back and behind you, using that left hand for support. Spread the right hand and press the hand into the floor. Keep the right arm extending, lengthening. And breathe into the sensations here. See if you can become absorbed by the inner landscape of yourself, observing whatever arises. And now we'll do another arm position, same arm. Now we'll do a cactus arm, so the elbow will bend at a 90-degree angle, approximately, as you see here, and then swing your left leg across again. So each of these arm positions hopefully will change the stretch a little bit. Each arm position will stretch a different line of fascia. Press your handprint into the floor, press the whole forearm into the floor, and use the left hand to help you come a little more over onto your right side to deepen the stretch. And then release and come onto your belly and get ready to switch sides, reaching the left arm up at the diagonal. And lengthen your arm a little bit away from you too. And then swing your right leg behind you as you roll onto the left side of your body. And enjoy that wonderful stretch across the front of the left shoulder and through that left arm. And let your attention be anchored by your breath and by your study and your exploration of sensations and whatever's arriving in this practice space. Stay present here. And come halfway out of the pose and switch the arm position. So now the left arm will come directly to the side of your body at the shoulder height. And then swing your right leg back and behind you, coming onto the left side of your body, using the right hand for support. Stay extended through the left arm. Breathing patiently as you relax and release and let gravity do the work here. And then come halfway out of the pose and come into cactus arm. And back to swing the right leg behind you, coming onto the left side of your body. Breathe into the sensations. Breathe into any tightness. Breathe into any discomfort. And take a deep breath here as you come out of the pose. And rest here on your belly, turning your head to one side, arms relaxing. And then turn your head to the other side. Now we'll practice extended child's pose with 2 blocks. So have the blocks underneath your hands and come to hands and knees. Take your knees a little wider than hips, big toes are touching, and then pull your hips back onto your heels. And with extended arms, start to slide the blocks forward in space and lengthen the belly, the rib cage, the waist. As you stretch the arms even more, lengthen the armpits, connect your hands into the blocks. Externally rotate the upper arms a little bit. And then inhale and lift your trunk up slightly and elongate the front ribs forward to lengthen the abdomen even more. Elongating those side ribs and armpits. Take the upper buttocks back and down, pull the hips back and down as much as you stretch your spine forwards. And see if you can relax any extraneous contraction or tension. And then inhale back up to hands and knees. Now we'll do puppy pose. So grab a blanket so that your knees and shins have some padding under them. Start on hands and knees. And then start to walk your hands forward, like down dog position. Pull your hips way up. The hips will be right over the knees here. So continue to walk those hands forward so that you're very long and extended, and let your forehead rest down on the sticky mat. So it's very similar to dog pose. And now lift up onto your fingertips. Lift your chest a little bit, stretch your chest forward, stretch your bottom front ribs forward. Find lots of length through the anterior spine, and then keep the arms lifting as you let your forehead rest down again, long through the armpits and the waist. Squeeze your upper arm bones towards each other a little bit. Breathe deeply here, enjoying this nice opening through the shoulders and the armpits. Long abdomen. And then come back up to hands and knees. Now grab a blanket and spread it out on your sticky mat as you see here, and lay down so that your frontal hips have some padding. So lay down onto the blanket, belly down, lengthen your legs back, and then bend your knees and grab onto your ankles for Dhanurasana, bow pose. And start to lift the thighs up. Keep your knees magnetized towards each other. Kick your ankles back into your hands and then lift the ankles up. You can literally lift the ankles up with your hands and also use your legs to lift the shins and heels up towards the ceiling. Let the outer shoulders lift up, breathing here. And then exhale and release down. Now we'll practice a reverse bridge. So sit down on your buttocks, have your knees bent and feet flat in front of you. Hands behind you with your fingers pointing towards your buttocks, feet parallel. And then press into your feet and your hands and lift the buttocks up as you see here. Lifting the right and left sides of the tailbone up. Lift the rib cage up off of your arms. Gather your outer knees in towards each other and lift the buttocks and the tailbone and the shoulder blades so much that you can let your head release back. Grounding the inner feet, gathering the outer knees. And then exhale and release your buttocks down. And now turn your hands so that your fingertips point all the way back. Shoulders back, feet are grounded, and then scoop the buttocks and lift the buttocks up again. Gather the outer thighs, lift the center buttocks, lift the outer hips. Let the inner thighs release down as you lift the outer hips more and lift the shoulder blades more and let the head release back. Extend through the elbows. Press into the feet. And then exhale and sit your buttocks back down. Now we'll practice a simple groin stretch. Start on your back with a neutral pelvis, neutral spine, knees bent and feet flat. Legs are parallel and stretch your arms overhead. Lengthen out through the arms. And then stretch the legs as well and roll the thighs internally so the fronts of your legs point straight up to the ceiling. And be very long in your limbs and in your trunk here, creating length. And then keep that length in the trunk, in the left leg, and bring the right knee towards the chest, towards the right side of the chest, even towards the right armpit. And grab onto the right knee with both hands and clasped fingers. And stay long in the abdomen, long in the spine. Extend long through that left leg, roll the left thigh in, and ground the left thigh bone down towards the floor. And then grab the right knee with your right hand only, as you see here, and start to pull your right knee out to the right. Stretch your left arm to the left at shoulder height, and open up that right knee out to the side. Stay long in the left leg. And play with moving around that right knee up towards the armpit, down towards hip level. And see if you can explore a groin inner thigh stretch here as the right knee opens out to the right. And then bring the knee back to center and pause here. And then stretch your right leg out, lengthening it out as you bring your left knee towards the left side of your chest. And grab onto the top of the left shin with clasped fingers. And pull the left knee towards the left armpit as you stretch the right leg more. Internally rotate, especially at the very top of the right thigh, and ground the right thigh down. Stay awake in your feet, toes spreading. Long spine. Don't let your abdomen become hardened. A receding, long abdomen. Open chest, shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then stretch the right arm to the right as you take the left knee in the left hand only and start to pull the knee over to the left so the knee stays bent. And you open that left knee out to the left, staying active in your right leg. And play with some movement here, taking your left knee up towards the armpit or down towards hip level. Explore the range of motion here as you enjoy the groin opening. Reach the inner right foot forward and take your knee out to the side even more, deepening the stretch. And then take your knee back to the center. And then place your left foot down, bend your right knee and place your right foot down. Now lay down for a variation of a supine twist with some arm movements. So bring your right knee towards your chest and extend your left leg long. And then take the right knee all the way over to the left side, coming into a simple twist at first. And start to reach your right arm out to the right. Really extend through your right arm, open the hand and fingers. And then take your arm all the way anatomically up, more towards the head. And then take the arm down to shoulder height and continue to take the arm towards the left foot as you look with your head to the left. Stretch the arm, take your palm to face down, bringing the wrist near the pelvis, and then swing the arm back out to the side, stretching the arm. And look up with your head as the arm comes all the way up to the head side. And then turn your head to the left as you internally rotate your arm so the palm faces down and as your thumb comes closer to the pelvis, arm down by your side. And then swing the arm up to shoulder height and all the way up towards the head as you look up with your head. And turn your head to the left as the arm comes down to shoulder height, rolling the palm to face down. And continue like this, just this simple sweeping of the arm out to the side and up and out to the side and down. And as the arm comes down, the head looks left, looking away from the arm. And as the arm swings up, the head comes back to center, continuing like this on your own. And then you'll release this first side and we'll come into the other side. So come back to neutral with your legs and then bring your left knee towards the chest, extend the right leg long and take the left knee all the way over to the right side, starting in this simple supine twist. Reach your left arm away from you and then take your left arm all the way up by the head. And then start to sweep your arm all the way out to the side, extending through the fingertips. Turn your palm to face down and look to the right as you bring your wrist towards the pelvis. And then sweep the arm all the way out to the side and up towards the head as you look up towards the ceiling with the head. And then reach your arm long and out to the side as you sweep the arm all the way out and down, looking to the right. Palm facing down. And then lengthen your arm as you sweep it around out to the side and all the way up, looking up. And then rotate your arm so palm faces down as you sweep the long arm down closer to your pelvis, looking to the right. And continue like this. And then release and come to center, knees bent and feet flat. And then extend your arms overhead and extend your legs. Internally rotate the legs and take a big full body stretch here just for a breath. And then roll to your side and come on up. Now we'll do a version of supported fish with a bolster and 2 blankets. So please set up as you see here. The bolster is horizontal, and then you have 2 folded blankets, and that will be for your head support. So lay back over the bolster so the bolster is supporting your rib cage. It's not under the lumbar spine. Rather, it's under the thoracic spine. And then pull the flesh of the buttocks away from the lower back. And the shoulders will relax into the gap between the bolster and the folded blankets, and the head will rest on the folded blankets. And start to extend and relax the legs. Let the arms relax right out to the sides. Let the abdomen settle. Let the shoulders relax here. See if the shoulders can really let go because of all of this support that's here. Let the head and neck relax because they're supported by the blankets. Let the upper torso relax as it's supported by the bolster. Let gravity have an effect on the shoulders, releasing and relaxing. Slow down your exhalations here. Stay very present in this moment inside yourself. Observing whatever arises. Smooth inhalation, smooth exhalation. And then start to come out of the pose by curling onto your right side. Now get ready for Supta Baddha Konasana. So have your bolster on the sticky mat lengthwise and have an open blanket near your feet as you see here. And tuck your buttocks under so the flesh of your buttocks is pulled away from your lower back, and then lengthen yourself back out onto the bolster. And let your feet come together and the knees open, and wrap the blanket over the feet. Find a way to bunch up the blanket so that you're supported. And then grab onto opposite elbows and have your arms all the way overhead. Relax and release the internal trunk here so that your breath can move freely through the trunk. Let the breath move up and down the spine. And as you relax in your trunk, see if more length comes naturally. Relax and release the abdomen, unsticking, ungripping any contraction. And then switch the cross of the arms and pull for a moment the elbows long behind you so that your arms are elongating out of the waist. And let your arms rest as you settle, as you elongate the exhalations here. Release and relax the hips and the groins. Enjoy the support of the bolster for your upper back. And enjoy the passive extension, allowing any tightness along the front of the spine to become open and free and long. And now open your arms out into a cactus position. So the elbows come towards the floor at around shoulder height. And the forearms are parallel. And your forearms may or may not come to the floor here. It depends on how open you are. It depends on the height of your bolster. But just explore this nice open position in the chest, elbows wide. Armpits releasing and relaxing. You can slide your shoulder blades down your back a little bit here. And if you need to change your arm position, that's also fine. Smooth inhalations, smooth exhalations. And feel the entire length of your trunk from the pelvic floor all the way to the thoracic outlet where the neck meets the trunk. Feel that length. Feel the dimension of your trunk, its depth, its length, its width. Relax internally here. And then roll over onto your side to come out of the pose.